Hello and welcome. Hi, I'm author, mom survivor, and coach Grace Rolson. How to stop a narcissist using non resistance. So, hi, if you are co parenting, required to co parent with a narcissist, if you are stuck in a high conflict family court battle with a narcissist, welcome to my work. I have 6 books for moms and I teach the use of skillful means and non resistance so that moms can have peace, children can have peace, moms can have protection, children can have protections. I'm here to support the loving, caring, protective mom when the father is a narcissist. So, welcome to my work. Just a quick disclaimer, it's not direct advice. Take what you like, leave the rest. And know that winning isn't everything when it comes to co parenting and a custody battle with a narcissist. And I teach the use of using wisdom because knowledge is power. And we want to make sure we are not positioning ourselves as the enemy to destroy or the target of blame in the narcissist mind. So, positioning ourselves as everything to having that peace and protection. Today, it's about how does non-resistance stop the narcissist? Well, it stops it because there's no more fuel or fight. So if you might think of a battle between the narcissist as like a raging fire, and we just keep pouring fuel on the fire every time we feed the narcissist our pain, fear, upset. If you are feeding the narcissist your pain, your fear, your upset, and you're getting involved in the drama, you're adding to this fire that becomes bigger. But if you're in a push pull over a topic, could be even just dentists or school clothes, or if you're in a tug of war with a narcissist over the care of the children and you're getting exhausted and drained, it may be time to deploy some peace promoting strategies to save your sanity. Your sanity is key in all this. If you lose your mental health, you end up in a mental hospital from all the gaslighting. If you end up going to jail because you were backed in a corner and you stepped in the narcissist trap to falsely accuse you, that's not good. So, our sanity and working with wisdom is super important for us to be here for our children and safeguard our custody case and let our children enjoy their one and only childhood. So, welcome to my work. I want to talk a little bit about this because non resistance is one of the skills that I teach besides skillful means. And how does it actually work? Because the key is we use the non resistance to spare us some sanity and to have energy for our lives, our healing, and our children. And it might be time for you to try something new. Just know that I use both family court and non family court strategies to get to out of 12 years of a legal battle, to get to peace and protection for my child, to get my rights back, to have her school returned, to have her therapist reappointed, to have more child support. I used a blend of both. And in the end, I learned that the use of skillful means and to stop being the target of blame was the best approach since we had to directly deal with each other. And, when you're being opposite parented or counter parented on purpose by a narcissist, it makes getting your child's needs met very hard, very difficult. And it's already difficult if you were narcissistically abused. Watching your child be narcissistically abused, it's already upsetting and emotionally hard to handle. So, in my case, I finally got to the point of surrender. Just to be clear, not defeat, but an energetic and emotional surrender of the fight with my child's narcissistic father. And he enjoyed that fight and was energized by it. And we both knew two things. One, I didn't want a family court custody battle. I kept wanting to get along, play nice, be nicey nice, doormat type stuff, not from a strong position, from not a position of strength. Let's just say that's where I was coming from. And number two, I didn't want war. But the moment I stopped looking at this as personal or taking the whole situation personally is the moment I realized something. I had one sponsor in my program say, just give him what he wants and then he'll just go away. Well, narcissists are never satisfied and they usually don't just go away unless they got skeletons in their closet and they're on the run from something. Um, but she was right in a way that give him what he wants and then the fight stops. She was way in a right. I didn't take her, advice, but the wisdom behind that was a universal truth. The problem is a narcissist typically is never happy. So the moms who capitulate and give everything to the narcissist he wants are surprised a year or two later that the narcissist wants more than what they just gave up willingly. The moms who don't hold on to any semblance of child support then have sometimes no leverage. There are ways to use leverage. And then I had another sponsor said that, he's taking himself to court, not you. And it was true. It's like I can get along, I can share, I can get along with everyone, but the narcissist can't really get along with himself. So I turned my energy. This is where I talk about adopting healthy attitudes and mindsets to make solid and sanity to hold on to. So the moment I shifted my energy to, okay, go ahead, use the court to beat me, fine, but it'll only hurt you. That energy changed everything because I didn't, here's what I didn't do. What happened? How did I get the court battle to end? Getting more custody time and more child support. I changed. I didn't wait for the narcissist to change, hope that he changed, force him to change, try to force the courts to force him to change. None of that worked. But I stopped complaining about the unfairness to me. I stopped that. I stopped complaining about how much it cost me. I stopped crying for pity and empathy that a narcissist won't give. And I began only to speak the language the narcissist cares about and understands him and how it affects him, good or bad. So if you're learning my skillful means approach, you'll see that I have several guides on how to de-escalate, diffuse, disarm the narcissist. It's in my books. I have 6 books for moms right now. You can pick them up on Amazon. They're full of my tips, tools, and strategies. But why and how does non-resistance hurt the narcissist? Well, because when we sidestep his attack, he crashes into a wall. There might be a few walls we didn't put there. There's jails in every country. Okay. So just note that the narcissists are fully capable of self-sabotaging themselves too. And then, for a mom, there's a fine line of, okay, I don't want him to take the child down with him. And so moms typically enable out of fear. But if you can think about this concept and how it might apply to you, where you don't take it personally, it's okay, he's filing another motion in court, he's unhappy, he's got to take himself back. If you've gone in and done my 20 wants, 20 plus wants list, and you have a lawyer and you've got leverage built, there is a chance that you can position yourself to negotiate with a narcissist, but it's positioning. You can't be the target of blame. No one wants to give over anything to someone they believe is a dirty, rotten liar. And the narcissist thinks that way towards us, is that we are a threat to their image, their false self. We've maybe hurt their fragile ego. So to set yourself up for negotiations, there has to be a change in mindset to, we're in this together. We are the co-parents, and there's a level of acceptance. But I hope that my teachings, like this use of non-resistance and how it ended up applying in my case towards the end, and I wished I used it sooner, because then we wouldn't have battled over vaccines and braces and things that I just could have saved energy for and then not looked crazy in the eyes of the court, because I was battling for everything our child needed, which was ridiculous. And he would just take the opposite stance, which made me look more ridiculous. So I hope this helps point you in a path of peace and you learn, heal, and outgrow the narcissist. My newest book is Wisdom for Ending the Co-Parenting War and a Custody Battle with a Narcissist, so you can heal and be able to help your child. If you are ready and willing to do the work, I'm here to teach, coach, and mentor. My background is loving and leaving an alcoholic, breaking trauma bonds, recovering from codependency, and then fighting in family court for 12 years on the front lines. This new book has some of my best tips, tools, and strategies. It has some of my best wisdom for ending the war. It does take time and understanding and an acceptance and inside of ourselves, but that knowledge is power. And if you want to try something new, it's here. The book before this, Tame the Narcissist, can be very helpful to get those 20 wants and learn how to lead your lawyer, and learn how to build leverage. You can come to my website, www.gracerolson.com. I have lots of free articles that I've written. And I want you to think about how non-resistance can be useful. So non-resistance, meaning you're not fighting against authority or fighting against his overinflated sense of entitlement, because all that energy wasted on trying to get a narcissist to understand you when he's either incapable of understanding you because he doesn't have that chip in his brain, or he's refusing to understand you, like determined to misunderstand you. That will drain any empath's energy. And so the drama energizes the narcissist, whereas all that drama can drain the empath. So know who you are, know what you're up against. Learn from my wisdom. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, like and subscribe. There's free videos all the time. I'm coming out with a new video program that details all of my best wisdom, because I got to peace and protection. I got my life back. I was able to heal. I was able to stop paying lawyers who wanted to keep it going. I was able to get my child's school back and everything, all her activities that he stripped away when he won. If you know my story, I lost legal rights in 2020 and had to use all kinds of strategies to get them back. And my best strategy is the ones in my newest book, like Tame the Narcissist and Wisdom for Ending the War. I hope something was helpful for you. Please share this with another mom you know who is struggling. If you're watching this in my mom's group, look out for those wisdom circles that I hold and free book readings. And you may need to just take this idea and chew on it, digest it. It might not be useful right now, but it could come in handy when there's an opportunity to put this on the table and call a truce. So the narcissist, in my case, once I planted those seeds of goodwill, cooperation, and started using strategies and skillful means and non-resistance, I think non-resistance came towards the end. I was ready and willing and able to fight for a short period of time, but I couldn't endure a long legal battle without it destroying me. And there's that wise saying, you can't hold a man down without holding yourself down too. And that applies both ways. If I were to hold him down in family court, I was being held to family court. If he tries to hold me down with legal abuse in family court, he would be holding himself back. And so learn all you can and think about these higher truths and principles. I have plenty of articles you can start reading, and then the rest is in my book. So chew on these ideas, see if they apply to you. My 20 wants list strategies, how to focus your mind on what you want, not what you don't want. It is a power tool. You're going to need many skills and tools to endure this, because the narcissist doesn't make a great co-parent. Actually can be like feeling like your own personal terrorist is what I've heard said. So yeah, they typically don't want to cooperate. What's in it for them? They typically don't change. But if you remember what it was like when you first met them and how good of an A game they can put on, they are capable of better behavior. If they want to, if it serves them, if it gets them out of trouble, there's capabilities there that they won't do better if they know it's hurting the other side, weakening the other side. So welcome to my work. I have a free Navigate Around and Neutralize the Narcissist newsletter on Substack. Look for the link below in this video or podcast description. Thank you for listening if you've been listening. And I do have a new book out, So You Love a Narcissist, 11 Keys to Stop Self-Sabotage. Learn about my 3 keys to overcoming love addiction, trauma bonds, and codependency. If you still feel like you love the narcissist, your love has turned to hate by now. But if you're one of those moms still confused with cognitive dissonance, you feel 2 different ways about your ex, this book may be very helpful to bring you back to what it is you need for healing and what your children need through you. So be willing to learn the lesson in all of this and learn, heal, and outgrow that narcissist. You can pick up my first book, Co-Parenting with a Narcissist, 7 Self-Rules to Stay Sane. My second book, How to Fight a Narcissist and Family Court and Win. My third, Co-Parenting with a Sociopath. My fourth, How to Survive a Custody Battle with a Narcissist When the Family Courts Force You to Co-Parent. Welcome to my work. If you're just joining me, I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.